The entertainment world has lost a beloved icon. Kiki Shepard, the longtime co-host of the legendary music showcase Showtime at the Apollo, has died at 74 years old, and the circumstances are absolutely heartbreaking. LaShirl Smith, Kiki's representative, tells TMZ that she suffered a massive heart attack in Los Angeles on Monday, adding that her passing was completely unexpected. Completely unexpected. At 74, Kiki was still active, still working, still part of the entertainment community, and then suddenly she's gone from a massive heart attack. Shepard became a familiar face to millions of viewers during her long run on Showtime at the Apollo from 1987 to 2002. That's 15 years as the co-host of one of the most iconic shows in television history, where she shared the stage with Steve Harvey and helped introduce aspiring performers at the legendary Harlem Theater. Think about that for a moment. For 15 years, Kiki Shepard was part of America's living rooms every week, standing on that Apollo stage, introducing the next generation of talent. She was there when future stars were unknowns, nervously performing for the notoriously tough Apollo crowd. She was the warm presence, the encouraging voice, the person who made performers feel welcome even as they faced one of the most intimidating audiences in entertainment. The Apollo Theater isn't just any venue, it's a cultural institution. Ella Fitzgerald, James Brown, Stevie Wonder, Lauryn Hill, and countless other legends got their start or honed their craft on that stage. And for 15 years, Kiki Shepard was the face that welcomed new talent to that historic stage. But Showtime at the Apollo was just one chapter in Kiki's extensive career. Over the years, she continued working in television with appearances on shows including A Different World, Baywatch, Baywatch Nights, NYPD Blue, Everybody Hates Chris, Grey's Anatomy, and Mind Your Business. That's an incredibly diverse range of shows, from sitcoms to dramas to procedurals. She worked consistently for decades, which is a testament to her talent and professionalism in an industry that isn't always kind to performers as they age. She also appeared in the film Blackjack Christmas, continuing to find work in both television and film throughout her career. But Kiki wasn't just a television personality. She later made her mark on Broadway, appearing in productions like Bubbling Brown Sugar, Reggae, Your Arms Too Short to Box with God, and Porgy and Bess. Broadway. She went from television to the stage, proving she could perform in live theater at the highest level. Those are not small productions, those are significant Broadway shows, and being cast in them means you have real talent, not just television fame. Her career in entertainment began long before Apollo, though. She started as a professional dancer in the early 1970s, performing around the world, including with the DC Repertory Dance Company. So Kiki's journey was professional dancer in the 70s, Broadway performer in the 80s alongside her Showtime at the Apollo hosting duties, continued television work in the 2000s and 2010s. That's over 5 decades in entertainment, constantly working, constantly performing, constantly contributing to the culture. What made Kiki Shepard special wasn't just that she was on a famous show, it's that she was genuinely good at what she did. Watch old episodes of Showtime at the Apollo and you'll see her warmth, her ability to connect with both the performers and the audience, her professionalism even when things went wrong on live television. She had chemistry with Steve Harvey that made the show work. They weren't just reading teleprompters, they were genuinely enjoying introducing new talent and celebrating performances. That authenticity came through the screen. For Black performers specifically, Showtime at the Apollo was more than just a talent show. It was a proving ground, a place where you could make it big if you impressed that crowd. And Kiki was part of making performers feel like they belonged there even when they were terrified. The fact that her death was completely unexpected makes this even tragicer. She didn't have a long illness that people knew about. She wasn't slowing down in a way that suggested serious health problems. A massive heart attack on Monday in Los Angeles, and she's gone. 74 is not that old anymore. People live into their 80s and 90s regularly now. Kiki should have had another decade or two. She should have had more time to enjoy her life after a long career in entertainment. Instead, sudden heart attack, completely unexpected, and the world loses a talented performer and beloved television personality. For those who grew up watching Showtime at the Apollo in the late 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, Kiki Shepard was a constant. She was there every week, looking beautiful, smiling, introducing the next act, celebrating great performances, and gently handling the not-so-great ones. She was professional, she was classy, she was talented, and she dedicated over 50 years of her life to entertaining people. The tributes are going to pour in from people whose careers she helped launch, from fellow performers who worked with her on Broadway or television, from fans who grew up watching her every week. Steve Harvey, who co-hosted Showtime at the Apollo with her for years, will likely have something particularly meaningful to say about losing his longtime co-host and friend. Kiki Shepard was 74 years old. She started as a dancer in the 70s, became a Broadway performer, hosted one of the most iconic shows in television history for 15 years, continued working in television and film for decades after, and then suddenly, unexpectedly, she's gone. She leaves behind a legacy of introducing talent, of being a warm and professional presence on television, of working consistently in an industry that doesn't make that easy, and of being part of a cultural institution that helped shape American music and entertainment. Rest in peace, Kiki Shepard. Thank you for 15 years of welcoming new talent to the Apollo stage. Thank you for decades of performances on stage and screen. Thank you for being a constant, classy presence in entertainment. 74 years old. Gone too soon. Rest in peace.
As a single mom, your support means everything to me. Please subscribe for more updates and stories like this. Thank you.